What's good? What's up, folks? I am your host, Lee Black. Welcome to a live edition of Real Talk for Real Men. I appreciate you following and supporting, and I hope you show up tonight and show out because I have something special planned for you folks. In case you don't know, we air live every Wednesday and Saturday nights. And typically on our Saturday nights, we actually have a co-host, and the topic is a little bit more fun and games. But every now and then, I try to throw something in that's a little bit special for the audience. And guess what, folks? With the spring coming on us, we're springing forward this coming Sunday night, tonight, 12 o'clock tonight. So, guess what I put together for everyone? This is going to be my all male panel show where we're going to be talking about what else? Black love, folks. And so, there's not a co host, but in place of that, I got a bevy of something I think that's just as good. I got the brothers in the house tonight. So let me bring on Mr. TFG himself because this show, Real Talk for Real Men, is under the banner. And this is Mr. Barry Gordy himself. This is Mr. Lamar Falk. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? What's happening?
Yes, sir. Bro? Appreciate you, man. Thanks for blessing us and being in the house. How you doing?
I'm excited. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great show. It always is when we all come together.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And I'm expecting so. And I know it's going to be good because I got my Capricorn brother from another. This is the family in the house, Mr. Kendrick. What's going on, partner?
What's good, my beautiful black brothers? It's getting ready to go down in Real Talk for Real Men and TFG Ratchet. Ladies, y'all better come on in here.
Come on in, tune in. That's what it's going to be real. It's going to be raw. And then, of course, we got Mr. Ghost in the house from North Carolina, also a family member, Mr. Burt. What's going on, partner?
What's up, brothers? How y'all doing?
Man, we doing
what
good.
Up, Bert?
How are you? How you and the missus?
What up?
Yo, man, I'm doing good. I've been looking forward to this show, man. So let's let the magic happen. Let's get going.
Absolutely.
I know
absolutely.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm expecting one other guest, so hopefully he'll pop in, but we're not going to tally. We're not going to delay. We're going to get this thing started, and then he'll have to get in where he fit in. And then the invitation is open for any other men out there that want to come on. Let me know. Ping it in the comments. You're welcome. My platform has always been a welcoming one that all opinions are welcome, and you're going to hear some real raw shit tonight. And we only have one simple rule here on Real Talk. We'll agree to disagree without being disagreeable. You are never going to see the love lost on this platform because we genuinely love and respect each other. And there's Miss TMM in the place checking us out. Mr. Charles.
What up?
Hey, you know,
what up, Charles?
You say where the holes at. Charles, I don't know where the holes at yet, but we might rile him up for this. It's all going. Terrence from New York City is popping.
What up, T? What's up?
The eyes to be popping in. And so, folks, we're going to get this thing started. And just so you know, I wanted to call this a symposium for a different reason. I want to start off right off the bat that this is not about bashing women. We're not about that. We're not about that. This is not a bitch and moan session where we're going to talk about everything that's wrong with women and this, that. In fact, I wanted to call it a symposium because I wanted to have an open dialogue about the state of Black love and relationships. So even as we get started, I want to ask each of you that simple question, about where you feel like we're at this stage. We're at the onset of 2024. And where do you feel like we're at this stage when it comes to relationships between Black men and Black women? Look, if I got some of my white brothers and sisters and some of the others watching, hey, tune in. We want to hear you too. But this has got to be about us. So anybody, what do you feel like we're at this stage when it comes to Black love and Black relationships and shit about to get hot because the fifth member of the Jackson 5 is here right now, Mr. DJ. What's going on?
What's up? What's up, y'all?
Man, thank you for popping in, my brother. You're right on time.
What up, y'all?
Right on time. We're popping it off with the very first question. It's called a symposium because I was explaining that this is not a bashing session about women. It's a conversation. It's an open dialogue. And I'm going to entertain some questions I got from women, from viewers. But first and foremost, I want to talk about things that matter to us. So anybody, where do you think things stand when it comes to Black love right now?
I just say it's complicated. I feel like there's a whole war going on, the civil war going on. And that's all I got so far.
Good start. Very good start.
Kind of
I have to agree with Lamar. I think. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead,
go ahead.
DJ.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I real quick, I have to agree with Lamar. You know, I'm big. I see it every day in social media, man, in relationship groups and wherever in the podcast. Everybody's a relationship expert. And black love and black men and black women are at odds, and it's disappointing because I mean, damn, it's not. You know, we all done been through the ringer, but you know, sometimes one group wants to feel like they've been more through the ringer than the other. And so
Absolutely.
I wish we could get to a common ground where we can, rather than listen to respond, listen to understand. But we haven't got there yet.
I agree, my brother. What you say, brother DJ?
Kind of piggybacking off of what Kenny and Lamar said, it comes with parameters now. That's all.
Absolutely, absolutely. Short and sweet. I like that, brother Bert. You know, you're married, and I know DJ, you're in a committed relationship. So where do you feel like things are at, brother Bert?
I still think things are still a little shaky. All the brothers have said, I'm just going to piggyback off of everybody. Yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, it's a civil war, unnecessary civil war.
Yes.
And I just think that, to me, this is just me, I think the minority is affecting the majority.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I appreciate you saying that because we're all on this social media platform, and I think that's a part of the problem. The loudest voices are the ones that are negative. But I do think there's a lot of people out there that want better for us, but it's hard to scream above the noise sometimes because what catches the attention, the clickbait, the shit that goes viral is the fuckery and the foolishness, as I always like to say. So, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation, you know, with the women watching. So hopefully we can pass the message that that's not all that's out there. Shapana, how you doing, sweetheart? Now, Brother Charles is single like us. So,
Hey,
hey,
honey, how
partner,
you doing?
clap them cheeks and do what you do. So check us out, you know. I
yeah,
love it, you
clap
know.
on, brother.
It's as real as
yeah,
good.
clap on, brother. Clap on. Right.
Absolutely. But without leaving, he said definitely need to focus on healing each other. I personally think we're at the lowest state that I've seen in a long time. I'm 56 years old. I think we're at the cross section of a lot of things happening. We're still dealing with the effects of the Me Too movement, cancel culture, Black girl power, and all of the above and everything in between. And what I see happening amongst Black women and men, I don't see happening in other cultures, and that is very disheartening. So I wanted to talk about this. So I'm going to be bringing in my own subjects, but trust and believe, I've got some questions from viewers, women, that they want us to answer. So I would be remiss if I didn't have us answer as many of those as possible. So I want to kick things off, you know, and I want to talk about the first thing that jumped out. There is a rise in singlehood amongst men. The statistics are actually showing that men are choosing to remain single. What do you guys think is the reason for this? Why are more and more men? See, we can do the numbers, and I could have brought the numbers in here to talk about how people are waiting later in life to get married, this, that, and the other. And we know all of the things about why, you know, we're single, but why do you guys think that men are choosing to remain single more now so than ever before? Anybody?
So I'm recently retired, so it's you know, more freedom. You don't got to worry about all the rules and complications, what I can do, what I can say. You know, it's just more stress free, to be honest. Outside looking in, you know, both come with pros and cons, but I just feel like being single with the old DJ being single, you know, you can do
the old DJ. I like it. I like it. I like it. Anybody else? What are you thinking as you're contemplating that? Terrence, who's single in New York, he says because too many women are way more masculine than they used to be. Anybody disagree? Anybody disagree with that?
You know what? There was a lady that came on. I forgot where I seen this at, but she was saying that a lot of times with women, they're using the wrong terms. Like, you know how they say, like, I'm a boss or I'm an independent woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she would
Right.
say, no, I'm just a little bit more self-reliant. But it's not like I'm that independent or a boss. It's just that this is what I have to be right now because I'm not with somebody.
Okay.
I think a lot of times that's kind of like what some of the women are saying is kind of pushing the men away, because the men are out here looking like, all right, well, if you can do everything by yourself and you don't need us or whatever the case might be, then I might as well just go ahead and just stay by myself and just be happy. And like what the brother was saying, like, you know, I don't got to deal with all that stress and all that drama, because if that's what you want to be, and a lot of times too, it does seem like they're giving off a masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to come home and look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We want to come home
I
to
like
something.
that.
We want to come home to a feminine type of woman. We don't want to come home to a masculine woman where you feel like you want to be the boss of everything and you're not letting us not letting us play our role. You know what I mean? We can't do both. Just like we're not gonna try to play your role. You know, you got women out here that be sitting out like, oh, well, I'm the mom and the dad. But do you ever notice that when a man takes care of his children, he never says, I'm being a mom. He said, I'm being a dad.
No.
Wow.
So it's like they're trying to take
That's
on
true.
our traits, and you can't. I can't take on a woman's trait at all. Never can I take on a woman's trait. But it seems like some women, I'm not saying all, some women want to have that dualistic role. Well, I'm the mom and the dad. No, sweetheart, you only could be the mom. You can't be the dad too.
That's
I
true.
love it. I love it.
That's
And
true.
right on cue. She says, I am the damn boss. Now, of course,
Your
she's
wife
trolling.
trolling.
No,
Your
of
wife
course, she's
trolling.
trolling.
I know
She
she
wanted to make
is. I
she
know
wanted to
she
make
is.
sure
I can
that
see her
got
face
in there
now.
that she's trolling. You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
We got you, sweetheart. Lamar and Kitty, what do you think about, you know, why so many guys are choosing to remain single? And you can personalize it if you want.
Real quick, y'all.
Sure.
Just
No.
scrolling social media. It's a lot of begging ass bosses out here, though. But anyway,
Oh boy.
I gotta agree with DJ Edinburgh. There's a whole lot of begging ones, like DJ said, that want to be bosses, but they're really not. But then there's a lot of them that are. I think women are like way ahead of us as men as far as the consensus goes. There's a lot of men that are doing their thing, but overall, black women seem to be more educated, making more money, and all that. And there was a time when a lot of men had no issue with laying up on the couch with no job and being taken care of. But now we're wanting more. We want to do more, and it's a bad feeling, I would think, being with a woman that's making more. She's saying she's the boss. She's saying she's being having the masculine energy and being there. I think at one point men would be okay with it. Now men are like, nah, I mean, I'd rather be by myself, get my shit together, and then maybe get into a relationship. So I think that's a lot of it too.
I agree with everything you said, and we're going to go even into deeper into that economic and educational divide and what that has done, in my opinion. But Brother Kenny, on this subject of choosing to stay single longer, what do you think about that?
I think a lot of men just don't want to go through the hoops, jump through the hoops to woo a woman, because they didn't change the game on all the things you have to do. There's a long list of itineraries that women want men to do just to get them to like them. I'm not even talking about to get into an exclusive relationship. I'm talking about just for them to like them. And I think most single men are like, I'm not getting ready to jump through all them hoops just to take you out to dinner and spin a grip. Then I probably won't hear from you again. I got to do all this work to make you like me. It ain't even worth the trouble. So I think that's why a lot of men are single.
And can do. You can't walk to no woman's house and be out in the yard singing and trying to get her to come out without getting your ass arrested. There's a lot of stuff you can't do no more. You can't just be pulling women by the arm and talking to them, being
you can't
aggressive,
do that.
like they seem to used to like, but now it's against the rules.
Yeah. You bring up a point I want to go to, Brother Lamar. And my sister Sherry, she says there's a lot of homeless begging men out here as well. Absolutely. There's always going to be those, you know, just to be honest. And Brother Lamar alluded to that I think that a lot of men in particular haven't got their shit together. And that's true. You know, but again, for a lot of women to hold it over their head. And then I want to go where you went, Brother Lamar, in the sense that the rules have changed. I can sit here and tell you right now, mine is a choice to stay single because of all the reasons you named. I'm as I age and I settle into this stage of my life, for me, it's all about simplicity. I did complicate it when I was young, and I might have had the patience, to be able to tolerate certain things. But at this stage of my life, I love what you said, Brother Kenny. And I heard somebody, a male, on one of my videos I saw. You want me to spend $200, $300, $400 so you can see if you like me? It's not necessary. It's not necessary, And the reality is we're both fucking with each other's, representative anyway, So my thing is, at this stage of my life, it's easier. I choose simplicity to remain single because, to Charles's point earlier, I can clap cheeks whenever I need to, So if it just comes down to satisfying that one yin, that's not hard. And I'm not saying it's hard for women either, but fucking somebody, having sex, that's easy. So my thing is, the other parts that that's complicated as the rules have changed, because it's just not worth it. So I think there is a big reason why a lot of guys are saying, you know what, I'm going to divest at this point and kind of take a step back. That's certainly, in my opinion, a big reason that's hurting Black love, because I think people are choosing to stay single a lot longer than they used to. Which brings me to another part of making different choices. Fellas, what's your different standard now in choosing a woman versus 10 years ago? Because I believe that as we've evolved, we're looking at a healthier standard of what we're looking for in a mate now. Am I wrong? Is it just me?
No, it's not just you. I agree.
So I'll say this, not to be long-winded. So on the last subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
The difference is you don't see men on social media telling what a woman gotta be or gotta do to court them. We're not doing that. We're basic. We're simple. If we like you, we like you. And if a lot of girls just be quiet, they'll get exactly what they want. They just shut up and let everything flow. You don't see guys. You don't see it's probably some, but you don't see a lot of guys out there just telling what you gotta be to be with them. We don't do that. And then two, it's just, I don't know, man. It just, like you said, the narrative just changed. It's a lot of different factors that go into it. It's so complicated. We just rather just stay to yourself, because you can get cheeks whenever you want to. That's not a big deal. There needs to be a benefit of being a girl is getting cheeks consistently, right?
Yep.
But being single, you get them just as consistently as anybody else. So it's not really many factors that kind of like push you towards a relationship, because it's not many women out here you want to court anymore. But anyway, I'm being long with it right now.
No.
No, you good,
No,
DJ.
You're the exact opposite. Because I want to ask you a question. Pick even off what you said. What's the difference between what you're looking for now versus 10 years ago?
Like Kenny and Lamar, you were saying, and Bert was saying, just coming home to a woman. I don't want to come home to another dude telling me, acting like me, like, we're simple, just show me that you love me, show me that you care, and we can build this thing together. Don't hold things against me, talk about things. I mean, we're simple. Guys are simple,
I couldn't agree with you more.
Ooh, DJ, you just hit on something real key.
Speak on it, my brother.
Building something together. What I've noticed now, that women don't want to build with their man. They want, if you ain't got your stuff together when you step, they ain't trying to hear no sob story. They're not trying to hear that, you working on this plan. They don't want to do that. They want a ready-made dude. They want to put you in the oven and have the cake baked in about 25 minutes. So that's definitely changed the way a lot of times men, especially, older men, something, and I can speak from my perspective. I'm really rebuilding at my age. And I see it all the time when women say, I ain't trying to be in no struggle of, well, you might be missing your blessing, because the dude that's building right now, man, you just never know. So that's another big thing why a lot of men like me are kind of staying single.
I get it. Before I come to you, Lamar and Bert, TMM says, I think both sides are trying to outlast the other, but neither side are willing to bend right now. And I think that's fairly accurate.
Right.
But what do you guys want to say about,
Mhm.
the healthier standards and where you are now versus maybe 10 years ago?
I would agree with what DJ said. Coming home to a woman, right, not the masculine energy that, because I have no issue with a woman making a lot of money and being independent and all that. That's
Mhm.
great, but there has to be what's the word? You have to know how to navigate that in your relationship and still leave room for a man to be a man and feel needed. That's just part of our makeup to some degree. Even if you don't need us, we need to feel that there's a place for us to add to
Right.
versus just we kind of just disposable. And I think a lot of times we feel disposable these days because
Wow.
women have
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
but
I
That's
love that
that's
term.
that's
I
that's
love
real
that
talk
term.
right there, Lamar. For real.
I
yeah,
love that
Mhm.
term, you know,
Mhm.
being disposable. We used to be the ones to notch our belts, and I think now a lot of men do feel this. No matter how good of that sex is, you can feel like you knocked it out the park, but they're ready to move on to something else and try something new. I love that. I love that. Brother
Right.
Bert, what do you want to add to this about healthier standards or whatever?
Yeah. 10 years ago, I think I was willing to put up with a lot of nonsense, but now I'm not. And that's the good thing about where I'm at right now and being with my wife, because of the fact that we match each other's energy, our vibration is the same.
Hmm.
Iron sharpens iron. Even though I know she can do it on her own, we still build together and we still plan together, and we
Mm.
always make sure that we make sure each other feel that we are necessary in the
Mm.
relationship.
Mm.
When she's down, I pick her up. When I'm down, she picks me up, and that's what we need as men. Every time, yeah, we can go out there. Yeah, we're the strength. We have that strength, and we persevere, and that's just how the way we're raised, and that's just the kind of cloth we're cut from. But a lot of times we come home, we don't want to come home to any type of bashing or well, no, you a man. No, sometimes I need that shoulder to lean on, or sometimes I gotta let out some frustration or some tears. It don't mean that I'm soft. It just means that I'm real. It just means that I'm truly I'm a man. Like some things just get to me, and sometimes I gotta let that frustration out. And I need you as my help me as my partner. I need you to understand that, not to be judgmental or
Mm.
to call me, oh man, you acting like this, you acting like that. No, I'm showing you, yo, I'm real. You know what
I
I
love
mean?
it.
And
I
a
love
lot
it.
of women out here, you need to know this. You need to know that. Guess what? We go through the ringer, and some things we keep inside, and some things we just
Woo.
can't let out to you, because a lot of men out here don't feel like they can trust any woman to understand them and help them out. And that's where we start to be fragmented, and that's when we start to separate, because of the fact of the matter is one party is not willing to like look like, you know what, he a real man and he going through a lot, and I understand what you're going through, and vice versa. Guess what? I understand what you're going through as a woman.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I love
saying?
it.
But we need that support as men. We need that support from that woman to know that, guess what, I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to achieve, and I'm here for you. I don't care how much I make. Even if I make more than you, so what? I want to support
Mhm.
you, and I want to make sure that you grow and that this relationship is cultivated, and that we can go ahead and be what we need to be as a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's what's missing right now, especially in the Black community.
I love it. I love it.
I like
Craig,
I like um,
What's going on, Craig? How you doing?
What up,
Go ahead,
Craig?
Lamar. Go ahead, Lamar.
I like to add that 10 years ago, last month I think, I've been divorced for 10 years. So what I was looking for when I first got divorced was a freak, just
Mm.
freaks, and I had my
Right.
share.
Mm.
Right.
Every share of
Mm.
freaks, every color and every every type.
Hmm.
And now I'm looking for a whole lot more than that. If well, when I decide to look, I'll say that, because I'm not still
Gotcha.
not looking, to be totally honest with you. But what I'm more attracted to now is a woman that's kind of a more well rounded, rather
Mhm.
than just being a freak in the bedroom, because they all over the
Mhm.
place.
You went where I'm getting ready to go, but I want to make sure I give Terrence come. Terrence says most women don't give a fuck about a man's problems or what he goes through. either you come complete or not at all. That's a scary thought, you know. So I don't know if most women feel that way, Terrence, but it's definitely a lot of them that say that. Terrence also, he says also there are too many men that are too weak. They don't need to be in a relationship. Ooh, that's a whole nother indictment as well. And Terrence says, you know, true statement, Brother Bert. So I'm gonna go where on this healthier standards. I was going exactly where you went, Lamb, except in true Lee fashion. I'm going to give it to you in my TFG Ratchets state. You know, because again,
we
it's
go.
real. No, I'm keeping it real because when I think about healthier standards, I agree with you 1,000%. The old me, and to be fair, this is when I was thin, young, sexier, but also was when I was willing to gamble with my dick a lot more. So what I was looking for back then was the farthest thing from being healthy. You had to be a nasty, filthy, no good bitch. If I was looking for you, you had to suck dick and swallow. Because that's what I'm looking for. Honestly, a physical appearance didn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you, brother Lamar, fat, thin, thick, no teeth, no teeth. If I could stuff myself in your head and tail, that pretty much was what I was looking for. You pretty much just had to have some motherfucking teeth and don't look like you're gonna give my dick worms on it or something. And even if your pussy was a little tart, you know what I'm saying? I still kind of fucked with you because I could hold my nose and blow that funk back in your face. You know, now having said that, here I am. All these years, no, I'm keeping it funky. All these years later, now,
yeah, literally,
what's sitting before you now is an older man with health issues and shit. I'm far more careful and cautious. You can't be coming up in my fucking place now, smelling and stinking and fucking up my sheets and shit. And I want them funky ass smells left behind. So the healthier standard extends to hygiene a whole lot more, but even the other things too. The mindset. I ain't for no bitch with a whole lot of kids and bringing a whole lot of baggage. So my standard of what I'm looking for at this stage is completely different. Now that means I had to evolve my standards on some other shit too. Now I ain't qualified anymore to have a bitch with an ass that you can bounce a quarter off of. Your titties don't have to sit up 100% now. They could be running on your stomach a little bit. Your stomach could be a little bit balled up a little bit, you know. If the pussy is clean and you got a little common sense and you're going to add to the equation, I can fuck with you at this stage, you know. So, you know, that's for me where a different, healthier standard because I'm thinking about the overall health of bringing to my equation. You can't take away from it, you know. So for me, that's where it's at. You know, so
I like what you said, Lee. I agree with a lot of it.
Look, I know I just said it in a fucked up way, you know, but hey,
no, you said it in the Lee Black way, so we already know.
Lee Black fashion. I feel like it takes a lot of time. It takes men. It takes some of us a long time to get to an area of a place of maturity. Mm-hmm. And I think by the time we get there, the women have gone through so many what they would call fuck niggas that we get it's harder for them to embrace us once we've gotten to a place where we're a suitable mate, if you will, for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I want to add too, Black. This is something I say all the time. I just want a woman that gets me. I think that I can say that for every man on it. I think in men in general, we just want to find that woman that gets us because we different too. We come with our own little quirks. You know, we got manuals too, but I mean, we are simple. But I know me. I mean, I just want a woman that gets me, and if I find out, well, then it's all good. We can
to help women get us, I'm going to introduce the very first question from one of our viewers, and I won't be naming names of anybody, but this is a question I think really.
Get into that.
Sure.
So, hey, I love my girl now. My girl's good, but
don't get in trouble.
Hold on.
Don't say nothing gonna get you in trouble now.
Hey, I went for my Hall of Fame jacket, man. But anyway.
That's what's up. I love it. I'm gonna ask my first question, you know, from a viewer. And just so you know, Shavonna said, DJ, don't get in trouble. This one is from
Right,
one of our
right.
viewers, and I want you to think about the question. The question is simply, oh, this fucking screen keep blacking off. Okay. What other male role model can you say helped mold you into the man you are today?
Ooh.
What other male role model can you say helped mold you into the man you are today? And while we're thinking about that, my sister Sherry says, brother, me and Juanita is my oldest sister, is over here crying. She never heard you like this. Sis, I'm sorry, sis. Please, I'm sorry, but okay.
Down the
So
rabbit hole we go, sis. We down the rabbit hole. Get ready.
yes, indeed.
I just get mine out of the way.
Anybody.
I get mine out of the way. None. I mean, I don't have a male role
Wow.
model that taught me a goddamn thing other than watching what they did, saying that I wasn't going to do it, but still falling into the same traps and doing it, and then finally realizing, goddamn, I fallen into the same goddamn traps. The shit I said I wasn't gonna be this kind of father, wasn't gonna be this kind of husband, and ended up doing some of the same shit that my supposed role models did. So none.
Wow, that's very interesting, Lamar. Anybody else? What role model? Male role model.
Black. To tell you the truth, man, from the guys that was on the OGs on the street, from my dad and them, I have to admit, man, like I was coached up, but to tell you the truth, man, just like they say, like there's really nothing that you can. There's no manual out there as far as you being a parent or anything else like that, man. It was all really trial and error. It was lessons learned, mistakes made, and just trying to be better through maturity and through time, to tell you the truth, because everybody tried to give me game or whatever, but again, being young and dumb, thinking I could reinvent the wheel, and a lot of times I wound up failing, and I guess over time I just had the wisdom enough to know, like, I had to learn from it and be better. But to tell you the truth, I can't think of one person that I looked at like that was the gold standard,
Right.
and this is what I want to be like. I can't give that to you, man. I wish I could, but I can't.
Wow.
Lee, can I say something? Even like what Bert just said, if I think right now of all the uncles, my dad, my stepdad, my brother, older cousins, if I be real honest, if I know like what I know about them behind closed doors, ain't shit they did that I would want to emulate.
Whoa.
If I was honest
Straight
about
up.
how they treated their
Straight
women.
up, that's real.
Whoa.
Not what they portrayed, but how they truly treated my aunts or my mom.
Wow.
Or my sisters. Or my
This is
my kids.
eye-opening, because this is letting women see, what goes into building who we are. Hannah says this is a good show. It's good to watch y'all express yourself without no nagging rebuttals. And
now, Lee, let me
agree. Please,
let me ask you
brother.
this question: was that question based on them, far as their role model as them being with a woman or being married? Is that what this question was asking, as far as us emulating men, as far as how we deal with women? Was that the question?
I don't know. I read it exactly how she posed it.
Okay.
So you would have to read into it. But she said, what other male role model can you say helped mold you into the man you are today? And I was not expecting that from to hear you guys too, especially from you two. I'm really surprised about that. Where do you got Kenny and DJ? Where you stand on this? And while you're thinking, I want to make sure I don't lose sight of this. What Craig had to say. Craig says, for me, it was my grandfather. When I was a teen, I used to emulate myself after him. Everything he was, I wanted to be. So here's one man that did have a healthy role model to look at. Wow. And Miss Carol, how you doing? Super fan.
Hey,
Carol,
what's up?
appreciate
How you
popping
doing,
in.
Carol?
Who is it for you, DJ and Kenny?
Kind of piggyback off Lamar and Bert.
Y'all blowing me away.
My dad was amazing. My stepdad was amazing, but it was certain parts they were amazing, and then certain parts they weren't.
Okay.
Relationship side, as far as like, being faithful and things like that, they didn't show me that. They showed me.
Oh, wow.
Kind of crazy, because when I became in my 20s, I was doing the exact same thing I saw my dad doing, when he was young, and I
Wow.
didn't realize it until I started thinking about my life. But as I got older, I started getting like mentors, and I have friends that are in good marriages that I look up to more than far as my family members like that. I see they're the ones that kind of made me want to turn everything around and get, and be a good dad or be a good. Well, I just became a dad, but be a good husband and things of that nature. So, but anyway, I'm being long-winded again. I'm probably.
No,
you good.
you'll never be long,
Good.
man.
No,
This is
you
what it's
good.
They
for.
made all that stuff look cool. They made it all cool. It's supposed to be cool. It's being a man, cheating and
Okay.
running a lot of women, as they would call it. It was all cool. It was manhood.
Okay. And DJ, according to the ladies watching this, they love the fact that you are able to express yourself without all the nagging. So, brother, say it how you feel it. Brother Kenny, any male role model for you?
Man,
Okay.
this is wow. This is a difficult question because I mean, to be honest, no. I didn't have any
Y'all
mentors.
killing me, man.
I didn't grow up with a father in the house. My mother was a single mother with 2 boys, so I didn't have a father figure. I mean, I admired my maternal grandfather, but he was widowed. My grandmother died in the 50s, so I never saw him with, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have any mentors. So I can honestly say there was no male influence that influenced me to be a man. I had to learn that shit on the fly.
Hey, Black.
I'm listening.
Black, can I say something?
Sure.
Also, and I wanted to, and Kenny was saying something, brother. Kenny was saying something. I looked up to my grandfather, God bless the dead. But as time went on, it was just like what the other brothers were saying, like you just found out certain things, and even though as a child or as a young adult, you saw certain things that you didn't know the other half. At the end of the day, when you found out, you just like, wow, well, he wasn't perfect either.
Yep.
And the thing that you thought that that was golden, it wasn't. It was bronze. So it was like, well, I guess we all in the same book. There's nobody that's perfect, and we're just navigating our way, and we just gotta do the best that we can do, and hopefully we just get better by it from the mistakes that we make. But again, there was nobody for me to say, like, if you ask me straight up, I can't point to not one man that inspired me to be better as far as in a relationship.
Right.
I feel I
too.
looked at this question so differently, and again, here I am going in my own personal take on it, because mind you, I'm reading this question in real time. I did not look at any of the questions ahead of time because I wanted it to be just as spontaneous for you as it is for me. So the question for me, when I looked at it, what other male role model can you say helped mold you into the man you are today? I have 3. And I look at them all in a positive light, just to be perfectly honest with you. So I feel fortunate, I guess. Number 1, I didn't grow up with a father. So whoever that fuck boy is, I have no idea. So I have no idea what he's doing. I wouldn't spit on him. Fuck that dude. So don't know what it's like to have a grandfather, any of this, that. And all of my brothers are older, but the 2 brothers that are no longer living here, they helped shape and mold everything about who I am. And they were polar opposites. And I'm sorry that my sisters are listening to this, but I have to keep it real. My 2 brothers, Al and Paul. One was a thug and did bouts in prison, and he was everything I wanted to be. He was the coolest, smoothest black motherfucker you ever wanted to see. Ran bitches, and women loved him, and I just loved every part about what he represented. And so when I was able to be exposed with him, I got exposed to that side of it, and he taught me a lot about what turned into me to be who I am. On the very flip side, my brother Al, light-skinned, attractive, disco era, intellectual. So I had 2 different push, so I felt very fortunate when I really got out there and be an adult that I got an education on being an educated thug. It allowed me to be able to take advantage of these nasty 50 bitches in a way that most would not have been able to. I enjoyed every moment of it because I won far more than I lost. And it still has inspired me to be, you ain't gonna game me. I've had a few occasions in my life where a nasty bitch got over on me, but not much. And even if she got me, I got that bitch back. So there's a vengeance in me that I learned from them. Having said that, when I was 17 years old, I got exposed to my brother-in-law, and he is the one male role model. While not perfect, he taught me about what it means to be a man. Now, did I learn those lessons right off the bat? Absolutely not. But looking at how he treated his family as a family man and how he tried to incorporate spirituality and God into his family and how his work ethic and what he stood for, that's the first example I ever seen of a man of what it means to be a man. And I was able to take that example and ultimately use a lot of that. Now, again, he wasn't perfect, but even when I got married at an early age of 21, I modeled much of my behavior from what I saw him do. Because for me, I have the capacity to view people like a grocery store. I take from the shelf what I need. The shit that I don't need, I leave in that grocery store. Because to you guys' point, I agree with you. There is no perfect man. All of us are flawed, cheat, this, that, and the other. And now the question is to help mold me into the man I am today. Those are the three influences that truly define who I am to my core today. To where if I'm going to be in a relationship, I know what it looks like. And that's why I've never remarried, because I don't see the same level of seriousness and commitment from my counterparts because they're willing to marry name only. So I'm not going to do it if you're not going to be all in with me. And since I'm out here being single, Alan Paul has molded me into being who I am. So again, those are my male role models. Viewer, that's who has shaped me, and they're chiefly responsible for who I am today. So that's how I would answer that. Go ahead, brother.
I like to add that I agree with Craig and Bert and you about I didn't expect them to be perfect. I knew they were flawed. But if I look at both my dad, my stepdad, my uncles, who they are at their core, and I ask myself at this big age of 40 years old, would I want to fashion myself after who they are at their core as relates to how they are as a husband, how they've treated their wives, how they are as parents? I can't say that. Well, one of them I can say about how he treated his kids, but for the most part, not so much. I don't think that I want to be who they are, but they do have things about them, traits about them. They're hardworking, of course. They provide us. They're hard workers. Great, I can pull that from them. Emotionally intelligent, one of them maybe is willing to talk about emotions and get deep, talk about who like really be vulnerable and honest, and that's about it.
My brother-in-law till this day is still a source of wisdom for me. And even with his mistakes, you know what I admire most? I took the coward's way out of my marriage. When the going got tough, I left. I often wonder, had I fought that fight, would I still be married? And to watch him fight through all the things that tear a marriage apart and still stand the test of time and be at this stage and to have the love and respect of his children, the love and respect of his wife. He's still a source of wisdom that I can go to right now tonight. And I just, for him, he is that person. And I do miss my brothers as well. So I feel fortunate. I want to make sure I get Craig's point in here. Craig says, to Bert's point, my grandfather wasn't perfect, but I chose to look at the positives that I saw in him. As I've heard someone say before, you have to eat the hay and spit out the straw. I love that saying. That's a good old country saying right there. Love it. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother Bert.
And again, and I do agree with you. You know, you do pick, and everybody was pretty much saying the same thing. Like we do pick some of the good points from the people that we did look up to. And I'm not trying to trash my grandfather or my dad because they were great in my life. You know what I mean? They mold and shaped me, and they were great. But you know, as far as some of the other parts, you know, as you get older and you start looking back, you're like, okay, you know, what I thought I knew, or everything I thought I knew, I really didn't know.
I got
so,
you.
You know, so I'm not trashing them. They were great.
No,
you know,
I didn't look at
right.
anything you guys said as trashing them, but I love your rawness and honesty. And I know Mr. Falk got to get out here.
I am.
15 minutes.
I'm trashing them. I'm trashing mine. You find out granddaddy whooped grandma's ass his whole life, which is why he was saying.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Well, I get that. I get that.
Up the street, then I could give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it all that. So some of them were monsters.
I get that.
I love this.
I know you got to get out of here, Mr. Falk. This is the busiest man on the business.
I got 15 more minutes.
That's why I want to get another viewer question before you have to jump ship out of here. And this is from one of our viewers as well. But with Hulu about to debut Freaknik, and Lord knows this question is a good one, I thought, in light of that. The question is, if you were offered, I'm gonna change the question. I'm gonna ask the question, but I want to ask it a different way. So, viewer, please bear with me. The question though is, if you were offered $100 million to watch a movie of your life with your family, would you do it? I want to alter that question because once you put money in there, viewer, I think that might be a motivating factor for anybody to be like, well, fuck it. Yeah, let's put this bitch on. Right. So I'm going to take the money. Right. I'm going to take the money part off of it, but I'll ask it just in its simplest forms. If you were offered an opportunity to sit down and watch a movie of your life and all the shit that you've done with your family, would you do it?
No.
You said without the money?
Without the money.
There has to be some motivating factor. So not $100. Let's make it simple. $1 million, not $100 million. $1 million. Yes. If you're going to be offered $1 million, Lamar.
Yes.
And they're going to put out a movie and they're going to show warts and all the shit you've done. You got to watch this with your family.
It's going to be the nastiest thing you ever seen in your life. Would
you watch it? So you would do it. But you say you would do it.
Be different, but I will get that. I'm going to be hoping on an island somewhere.
But hold on. But I missed the first part. But you would do it?
Absolutely. So it's going to be shocking.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else who want to go next? $1 million on the line. Would you watch it with your family?
I mean,
you talking about like kids and all, right?
Yeah, this is a movie that's going to come out, and your whole family is going to
by
see
yourself when you're in the bathroom by yourself, in the bedroom by everything.
Decisions you've made, people you've been with. The lies you've told. I firmly believe every single human being got some shit that they've done that they gonna take to the grave. But imagine if it was gonna be, because this is why they wanted to block the movie Freaknik. Because now that people of age, especially women, they're like, oh my God, I don't want my daughter, my nobody to see that.
Right.
So you feel me? Terrence says he would do it. I'm what do you guys think?
Hey Mary, how you doing?
What's going on, Mary? How you doing?
What's up, Mary? How you doing?
Elite Black. I mean, I would do it. I mean, it's gonna be some things my dad would be definitely proud of. And some things my mom gonna like. But overall, it'd be rated R for sure. But I would do it.
Okay. You said it'd be great art.
He said rated R.
Oh.
Not rated X, DJ.
Nah, not X-rated. Not that.
Oh man. Okay. Kenny, I'm trying to read you, man. Your face is not. I can't read you. Would you do it?
Oh, I would do it. Because I guess I had some player stuff, man. Real talk. I always been laid back and been kind of quiet. So a lot of people, I'm mysterious. So I had some player stuff that I did.
I get that.
I had some player stuff I did back in the day. It ain't too crazy, but it was some player stuff I did though.
What with the rating?
All the way up until the age you are now, though. Just think last week.
Yeah, well, last week.
Lamar, you telling on yourself. You telling on you. Week.
For me, last week. Yeah, last week was boring. Man, the last couple of weeks been boring.
I need you to though.
Yeah. But yeah,
Kenny,
man,
what would the rating
it wouldn't
be?
be nothing crazy. What would the rating be? It'd probably be rated R.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you last, Mr. Burt.
Mhm.
Mary A says, everybody has a vault of secrets.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Craig says, for
That's
$1 million, roll the tape, get the popcorn.
Come on.
and
Action. Yep.
TMM says, hell no. No amount of money would ever be enough.
Oh,
If
okay.
I was younger, I'd say that. But now that I'm 40, I don't care what nobody think about nothing. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
I'm sitting there with you with $1 million in my pocket, waiting on you to ask for some of it while we're watching this show. I'm watching everything you say to determine if you don't get anything.
Yeah,
I'm make
if you
it
need
known.
if you need counseling afterwards, I got enough money to pay for it. So
Right.
we'll send you to counseling.
Where you at, Bert, on this one? Would you do it?
Woo. Brother just did some things, man. It'd be a lot of explaining to do. And I ain't say explain, a lot of explaining to do. You said $1 million? That ain't enough.
$1 million.
$1 million ain't enough. But hey, look, I would have to explain. I had to explain where I was at the time, what was going on. So listen, man, I think I had to go to an island.
Right on, me too.
I had to go to an island, man, and like, look, I'm sorry, you know, but it was what it was at the time. Yeah, man.
I mean, if it's an overview of your whole life, I mean, we got other things besides that. So
yeah,
it'd be a lot of informative things they know we went through, that we battled, that they can
okay.
Right. That's right.
So you feel like that would balance it out for you?
Right.
That would balance it out for you.
I agree with you. No doubt.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Japana says, take that damn $1 million, Bert.
I am,
don't
baby.
Explain nothing.
I'm taking that $1 million, baby. I'm taking it.
So the reason why I changed the dollar amount, it would take $100 million. TMM says there's no amount of money. It would have to be that significant amount of money. $1 million wouldn't do it for me. Here's the reason why. As nasty as even you guys think I am, y'all don't know the half.
I believe it, brother.
I believe it.
I believe you, brother.
Y'all don't, and I don't say that in a way to brag. I'm saying that in a way that, and I'm being as serious as a heart attack. When I sit back and look at things I've done, I thank God every day that I'm right now not laying on a dirty floor dying of HIV.
Wow.
I've done some shit. Everything that R. Kelly's done, I've done.
You peeing on girls and stuff, man?
Oh, good God, yeah.
He said, good guy.
Oh, I pissed on many bitches. Way before it was even popular.
Hey, Lamar, there's a clip. I just heard a clip, Lamar. I just heard a clip.
I am dead.
Truly, my family is watching this right now. Truly, the only thing that has saved me from my monkey fat ass being locked up right now on some shit is the fact that most of these nasty bitches don't know my real name.
I don't even want to ask no question.
Yeah, I'm not.
No incrimination.
And one of these days, Mr. Falk, when I blow up like World Trade, they're gonna come after my fat black ass probably. But by then, I'm gonna tell my own words because I ain't gonna be no P. Diddy. You know, because if you expose me, bitch, I'm exposing you. As nasty as you think I've done far worse to that bitch. So the truth of the matter is that I wouldn't want my family would see me in a whole different light. It's one thing to think that Freddie is a freak. Juanita, Mama, Sherry, y'all have no idea.
Lord have mercy. God damn.
Y'all have no idea. Because I went through a point in my life where I was angry with God for my marriage ending.
Yeah.
I was literally angry with God. I went on a 10-year assault on women. I was angry with God. I felt like I had been a Christian. And why did my marriage end? You know, I know, to your point, Brother Lamar, I know men who beat their wives, who cheated, this, that, and the other. And I was trying to be a good wife. And here it is, my marriage is ending. And I felt like I had given up so much to be this husband and to be this family man, this, that, and that. So I was a
Yeah.
serial killer, and then I hunted bitches just like Jeffrey Dahmer. No different.
Wow.
Every freaking host stroll in Memphis, Mississippi Boulevard, Lamar Avenue, and in nasty. I recorded. I got shit with bitches with no arms, midgets, and some more shit.
What? You say no arms?
Yeah.
I said no arms.
He
I didn't
said
give a damn if you had limbs or not.
Oh god.
Nubs.
And to
Buckle
see it, if they were watching this, yeah, that would not be good. That would not be good. Mary, that's as real as I can be. So it would take $100 million for me to say, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And now y'all just gonna know the monster in me. Because again, I've led that double life, and I'm glad that I'm not that person anymore. But and to your point, Brother Lamar, I only stopped doing some of this shit about 5 years ago. But okay.
That's 100 million though. When you put the price at 100 million, there's not one thing you can name anybody. And listen, no shame, nothing you can name that I wouldn't do for $100 million.
Right.
Not
100 million, if that's what it would take. But
and
1
we have
million,
zero fucks about anything, anybody.
nope,
100 million,
nope.
Man,
No,
I just
Carol,
No,
I'm-
it's some things I ain't doing for $100 million.
Ain't nothing you can name. I ain't doing. For
I
$100
just
million.
hope Lee ain't got no ass in
Long as
the
it don't kill
refrigerator.
Well, now Lamar, I can't say there. Now there's as nasty as I was, there is a standard. Now you can't shit on me, and I don't want nothing in my ass.
Yeah, it's some things I
You
ain't
know,
doing for the $100 million.
And I ain't sucking no dick. So
If
let
it
me
ain't
be
gonna-
clear. So
if
let
it
me
ain't gonna
be
give me
clear.
$100 million, I'm doing.
So let me be clear.
Put a blanket. Give my money.
It ain't enough mouthwash to put a dick in my mouth.
Black.
Nope. Ain't
Right.
no penis going in my mouth or my booty. No penis in the mouth or the booty.
Everybody, here we go.
I'm just saying.
We down the hole.
No. I wanted to
no
get
pun
in.
intended.
I know Mr. Lamar gotta get out of here, so I wanted to make sure we got in another viewer question. But I'm getting ready in a minute. I'm getting ready to pull it back to the symposium. But I wanted to make sure that I give the audience a chance to digest what they've heard. We're even going to take a quick 3-minute break for a second. But Hannah says, "LOL." Oh, so it's limits to the money. 100 million. It is limits. It is limits.
Yeah, for
I
me,
love and I
damn
appreciate
sure
your honesty.
limits.
I appreciate your honesty, brother. But no, you can put your tongue in my ass, and that's about as far as you can go, But no fingers, no foreign objects, and no,
Nah,
I'm just saying. I'm sorry, family.
I
Did y'all have
really just hope Black don't got no asses in his refrigerator right now. I'm still stuck on that.
Oh my god! No, I really don't. Yeah, I really don't. You know what?
Lord.
I want everybody to take a quick little break for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna share my screen. I hope this works. My screen keep doing the standby thing because I had intention of sharing my screen, but I wanted to play a little video. Hannah says, "I appreciate all the honesty that's being expressed on this panel."
Thank you, Hannah.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. I think this is important for Black men because it's a safe space, and I think a lot of times
right.
DJ said something very important. Most of us Black men, we don't get on social media doing all this posting and negativity and and all that. We don't do that. That's just not us. So when we can come on something like this and kind of talk and express ourselves is very important. And I think a lot of women, if y'all were smart, y'all would come listen to these type panels, man, because y'all you could really learn a lot about Black men.
Absolutely. Hannah agrees. She says we need to hear this. We need to hear this. So anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
Appreciate you for having me on. I'm gonna be still watching. I just gotta prepare for the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
I hadn't prepared anything for it whatsoever, so I'm behind.
We already know. We already know, Lamb. Get your thing on. We know what's up.
Do what you
know.
do.
Do what you do, bro.
So for the rest of the my brother, I appreciate you. You make this all possible. Appreciate being a part of the TFG family. I want everybody to take a quick little 3-minute break. Viewers, take a 3-minute break. I'm gonna get up and go refresh my drink.
Make sure y'all check out the Real Estate Insider. Y'all check
absolutely.
him out. Yeah, check him out. Subscribe to his channel. All that. Do that.
So
Peace.
This is live, this is real, and all while this time, my second screen has blacked out because I wanted to just play a little musical interlude, But anyway, I'm gonna take us off screen. If you're viewing, we're only gonna be gone for 3 minutes, so we'll be right back. I'm gonna refresh my drink. I'm on that Crown Blackberry, so if you haven't tried it yet, yeah, I bought the last 2 bottles of that joint. It is good. So,
no, man, we couldn't find it nowhere.
I had to search. So it took me almost a month to find this thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is selling fast. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So
try it out.
We're gonna take a 3-minute hiatus, folks. Please stay with us, but I want to give you guys a chance to digest, and we're coming right back. Okay.
All right.
All right, folks. We'll give another minute or so for the fam to come back. I appreciate you guys, and I wanted to share that little musical interlude. I'm making it do what it do. I have to always say we do not own the rights to that music, and I hope you were enjoying that song by Jodeci. One moment. That's the kind of zone that I'm in. I appreciate you guys for hanging around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, appreciate the family, and I appreciate you guys viewing, and thank you, and keep it coming. Fauna says, Berg, why are you looking extra light skinned tonight?
Uh-oh.
You know what?
Uh-oh.
You know what?
Oh, here we go.
It's the light. It's the light.
There you go. That's Mr. Ghost, and she put the LOL on the end.
Right.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
All right, Ghost is going down tonight. Sound like in North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
All right. So let's jump back into this thing, and we're going to kind of get back into the symposium part of it, and so it's going to get a little bit more serious again about the state of Black love. So I wanted to talk about this next thing that I think has had a huge impact on relationships between Black men and women: the inundation of dating apps. What do you guys feel has been the overall effect that there are so many dating apps and dating options out there now? Do you guys think that has helped or hurt us?
I think 50-50. I think it's helped a lot of people, and I think it's hurt a lot of people as well, because everybody feels they have options now. So the first mistake the guy or the girl make, you cut them off and go to the next person. I think a lot of people just have that same toxic strategy, I guess. So
50. So DJ say 50-50. Where you stand, Brother Ken?
I agree with DJ. I think it's kind of like in athletics. When a star quarterback is injured, the next man up. I think that's kind of what dating apps are. Like if the next man or woman, you swipe left, whatever, one little thing, you kick them out. rather than really it's like, okay, let me get to know this person. So I think it's convenient though, because we do live in a society now where people do have a lot of things going on. So it does make it a little convenient, I guess, to meet people, you know, social media wise. The pandemic actually changed the way we meet people. Laughing like DJ, you speaking from she tried. Tasha trying to get you in trouble.
She doing to you what you be doing to
right,
her, doing to her.
right. She putting the you on you, DJ. By the way, but the pandemic really did change the game when it comes to dating, because we couldn't go outside for a minute, and so it made it easier just to pick up your phone and do that type thing. But it's a lazy way of meeting people too, in my opinion. I don't think nothing beats the old-fashioned way of going out to a grocery store, to a sports bar, to wherever, and just meet and seeing somebody that you want to spark up a conversation with. To me, that's still the best way to meet a woman or a man. But these dating apps, obviously I'm wrong, because a lot of people own them and they making a whole lot of money off of them.
Absolutely. Where do you stand on this, Brother Burke?
It's great for introverts, and is good. It's convenient, and I agree with both the brothers. It's convenient and it's great for introverts, but at the end of the day, I agree with Brother Kenny. It's nothing like actually going out there and talking to a person and seeing how they really live. When you're going through these apps and things of that nature, you don't really know how anybody live. They portraying, they showing you what they want, what you would want to see, right. But you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So it's just convenient, and for those who don't like to really go out and really try to get to know a person or really try to talk to her, if your game ain't strong like that, to talk to a person like that, it's a great deal. But I'm old school. I like to step to you and talk to you and get to know you that way, not through an app. Because me, I'm not really all that trusting. Okay. From what you show me, I gotta really see a lot more than you just posting pics and things of that nature. That's all good, especially if you want to just clap some geeks real quick. But other than that, nah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my unique take on it. Craig says, I think dating apps have given people a chance to meet a lot of people in a short period of time, but it has also allowed people to be in illusion of their true selves. Yep. A lot of fake people on there. I agree with you 1,000%, Craig. And Carol says you're meeting their representative, not their true self. Shafana says, who you stepping to? keeping it on check.
Yeah,
so
right.
When I think about the how the market's been flooded with I agree with everything you guys said, but I'm gonna even get more personal with it. It's definitely been convenient, and especially if you're it's situational. I work from home. I spent 80% of my time behind these four walls. I venture out to the grocery store, run my little errands and whatnot. Now, the problem with that, Brother Kenny, I agree with you 1,000%. I still think the best way would be to meet somebody. But what has happened, though, is the rules have changed, though. Remember the good old days when where do I go to meet a woman? Go to church? Right. No, can't do that. I don't club anymore. I don't go to sports bars anymore. And even common places like the gas station or the grocery store, those good old days where if you reach out and give a woman a compliment, it's not reciprocated the same way now. And you can even find yourself in either being disrespected or on some video or whatever, because look at this guy, you know what I'm saying? Because we're being judged. Right. So I think overall, the dating apps have really hurt us tremendously. Yeah. To your point, if you're just trying to fuck, you still got to cycle through a lot of nonsense, believe it or not. Yeah. And that comes with a lot of danger as well. Maybe again, because as I've aged, I now I think before I act, but I think about all of the strangers I had in my home, and then you watch episodes of the first 48, realizing the danger I put myself in. And I'm not even talking about just from somebody having a STD or whatever, and you fucking somebody and you can't track this bitch down now because You don't know her sexual history. You're going on what she's told you, and she's going on what I told her.
Yeah.
You know, and in that quick interaction, you know, we like Carol's point, you definitely meet my representative. I'm not giving you my real name. In most cases, when they were coming over, this is between 10 and 3. The lights were dim. Bitch, you sitting right here where I need you to see so I can watch you. You're not going no further. You're not making it into my bedroom. I'm fucking that bitch right here on the floor on her knees with a cover and shit, you know. And I'm ushering this bitch out as quickly as I can because, again, I don't want you to see my real life, but you ain't gonna see what degrees I got on my wall. I just need you in here for that little moment. Fire up your blunt, smoke a little something, and boom. But now the aftermath is, what if she had something? Or what if she was going to rob me? This, that. So it's fraught with so many dangers and things like that, that I think it's been a detriment. But even worse, when you give people too many choices, I think it hurts as well. And I'm even speaking for myself. When I click on Netflix, I literally get frustrated with how many movies I have to preview before I pick one.
Yeah.
You know, and if I'm, you know, so like, oh my God, you know, you got to find the genre that you're looking for, see what the rating is, how many stars, who's in it, this, that, and the other. And so, like you guys said, swiping left, you're making a quick snap judgment on superficial things because you don't know the person.
Right.
And in that quick 15, 20, 30 seconds, you're just trying to make a quick judgment. Obviously, has to have a certain look, you know. And again, I don't care about faces. I'm trying to get to a body shot to see if she got some ass on her. You know, I ain't reading none of the fake shit she put on there. The bitches talking about they ride horses for a living, all that. Bitch, you ain't never been on a horse in your life. You know, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking for, are you close and are you willing to suck some dick? You know, if I can ascertain those two things in a pretty quick amount of time, you get the swipe right, you get the thumb up, you know.
Well, how can you ascertain that off of a profile, though? You don't really know.
Oh God, yes. Number one, distance, because you set your filters. You know, I'm lazy. I'm an old lion. I can't run that fast and that far. I'm looking for the blind lame, and you know, I'm looking for the bitch that's already hurt and damaged goods. You know, because I don't want to hear your problems. Don't come in here with that shit about where you work, who your family. I don't give nothing. Don't bring your kids here. I don't want to hear about your pets. None of that kind of shit. I'm looking for damaged goods. I'm looking for damaged goods. So a bitch that's within a 2-mile radius because it's late. Can you get here pretty quick? You know what I'm saying? And I need to see the kind of pictures you've taken. So if you got those nasty pictures, I know you're willing to suck dick and do all the nasty shit. And then with the quick message right there, you know, look, shit, you know, trying to put something in your head and tell what's up. You're going to know this really, really quick, you know?
Hey, Black.
Huh?
Let me ask, well, I'm going to ask this to the panel. Do you really think that you can find the one through a dating app? I'm just asking.
No, good question.
You think it's just a quick way of busting up some yeeks and keeping it moving?
What do you guys think?
I think it's all the same thing, to be honest. I mean, social media just gave us more access to more choices out there and things of nature. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Now, people with anything, people abuse things and make it bad. You know, that's what anything you do, right? I think the main issue with social media is now pertaining to relationships is that nobody fights for their stuff no more. If I'm with somebody and she pisses me off, I'm not really fighting as much because I think I got options. I think my DMs is there, so I can just go do that. And I think a lot of people are doing that nowadays instead of just sitting there and like the old school days and fighting for it. Because it was more scarier back in the day to break up with somebody because you don't know who's out there, who wants you, and etc. Nowadays, you feel like you know who wants you already. So But
okay,
that's good.
What do you say to answer the question?
Brother I can answer this, Bert. I personally know 2 brothers that actually met their wives on dating apps. I know personally that's how they met. I mean, both of the brothers that we're buddies. They were married before, but they met their second wives on a dating app. and it's dope. They got a dope marriage. So I don't want to give me personally. It hasn't worked for me, but obviously it works. It works, because I know two people that has benefited from that. So I think I agree with DJ. I think dating apps are a good thing, but I also think that it gives you the opportunity to, like you say, you got your DMs full of options, and it's like, if this option right A is just like get the trip, and okay, fuck it, I ain't gonna try to work it out, even though that person could be a good match for you. You give them a chance, and you go to your inbox. So that's my thoughts.
Well, Terrence says no, and he says dating apps feed into the agenda of hookup culture.
And I respect that, but I personally know that it has worked for some people that I know, Terrence. So I can't say that
Carol
it doesn't
said
work.
they're not for everyone. So my views is this.
I agree with Carol. They're not for everyone.
So I'll answer the question this way. For me, no, Brother Bert, because I agree with Kenny. I'm sure there's people who there's got to be people who meet their significant other. Number one, I don't have the patience for it. I need simplicity, and I'm clearly on the wrong apps. So that's for me. But what's even more so is that. Yeah, and that's why, again, I'm currently on Facebook's dating whatever, and I can sit here and tell you not a day go by that I don't get hits, but the bitches that want me I don't want them bitches. I'm a fat man, but I don't want no fat bitch. What I'm saying? Two fat fucking people laying in bed together. What the fuck we gonna do? Now I'm not saying that I can catch a dime no more, but at least a nigga can catch a 7.
Catch a nickel.
You know what I'm saying? Like just cause you looking at my picture and you are saying, well, he's a fat man and you a fat, what the fuck we gonna do together? Together, both fucking up some mattress real bad, eating in bed. Come on now, baby. I mean, it's just not gonna work.
Wait a minute.
Not to mention the fact that I have a type, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 56. I want a 50-year-old bitch. I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it honest. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
a 50-year-old woman.
I can agree with you on that because we're the same age group.
I got all kinds of medical issues. I fucking have to rub sports cream and shit on and all kinds of stuff. Both of us have the fucking bedroom smelling like a medicine cabinet and shit. I'm pissing in a fucking bucket. She pissing in a fucking bucket. What the fuck we gonna do? I need a young, healthy bitch so again, I'm clearly on the wrong app. So for me, it's not gonna work. And on top of that, I honestly don't want no woman that's frequenting social media, because if your business is all out there, if I was going to meet somebody serious, in the past, yes, I have ex-girlfriends that I've met, but dating was different then. I met them off a different medium, like a chat line. But to me, the advent of the dating apps, to me, now again, for hookup culture, so that's why I agree with Terrence, absolutely. But something serious, once you wake up every day and you say hey to Instagram and Facebook before you even fucking wash your face and brush your teeth, we ain't gonna be a match.
True.
We ain't gonna be a match, True. And I don't see what you ate for dinner and where you go. So again, and even some older women. So I have a type that I'm clearly, Kenny, I'm on the wrong apps. I should be on the golden. They got apps for us golden people. So I might be golden in age, but yeah, for 55 and above.
Yeah, they
you know
do.
What I'm saying?
Yeah,
they literally have apps.
That.
And so theoretically, I'm supposed to be looking for a woman that's in the age group. No, and that's no disrespect to women that age. I think they're beautiful.
Some fine women in
and they usually want somebody younger. But again,
right. That's true.
I'm looking for something a little different. I don't want nobody that's 50 and shit. We both sitting here looking at each other and shit, gumming popcorn and yogurt and shit. That ain't gonna work.
So
I've never dated a woman my age. They've all been younger, at least 5 to 10 years younger.
Did you say gumming popcorn and yogurt?
I'm just saying, I got a serious one coming up, y'all.
Okay.
Because again, this is another big one I think that has truly affected, Black love, and one we don't talk about enough: the decline in heterosexual romance.
Mm.
Do you know now in today's culture, it's taboo to identify as a heterosexual male? They just did a recent study, and most Americans now believe there is more than two genders. I literally sat through a meeting on Friday about Gen Z, and it broke down all the statistics, and I sent myself that PowerPoint because it was such valuable information. Do you know most Americans in 2024 think there are more than two genders? Now, I want y'all to hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's male and female, right?
Yeah.
Not
Right.
according to most Americans now. They believe there is more than two genders. And then it gets even more broad when you start talking about sexuality. Remember, I did a show on there are over 30 classifications for sexuality.
Yeah.
Right now, I could sit here and tell you that I get sexually aroused by my 70-inch TV, and there's a term for that. There's a term for that. So there is not homosexual and heterosexual anymore. And so there is a major decline in heterosexual romance, because according to even Black people now in the Black love, they recognize all of the gray areas now. What do you guys think about this as it is affecting Black love, and in particular relationships between men and women? And Hannah, it is crazy. What do you guys think?
That sounds crazy to me. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah, me
that
too.
just sounds
Me
crazy.
too.
Make it straightforward. I don't know where it says it in the Bible, but I know it's only men and women. That's all I know. It's men and women. Everything else is, doesn't count. So,
But how many people, DJ, truly anymore subscribe to what the Bible says?
I mean, we pick and choose when we look at it, but
right.
Right. That's crazy to me. I definitely don't. They can do all their tests and studies and put all that out there. My thought process is it's still going to be a man and a woman when it comes to romance for me. And I think a lot of it, man. And when you think about it, and I think I look at Russell Wilson. I think what he does for his wife and what he does, I don't understand why brothers be clowning his brother for loving his wife and romancing his wife. You feel me? That to me, that's the true essential man right there, showing heterosexual love and romance. He romancing, he loving on his wife, and he keep shooting that club up too, obviously, and he doing it right because she expecting another baby. So my thing is this, man. We got to get back to the basics, man. We got to quit doing all these damn scientific studies and
Kenny,
letting
can we
these
go
studies
back?
come out that's screwing our heads up about what heterosexual love and Black love is, because
do you think we can go back to that place though, Brother Kenny?
Nah, I think we so far gone out there.
That's
People,
the problem.
we want to be so politically correct. We don't want to offend anybody.
That's
you know what I'm saying? That we feel
That's
like we gotta adapt to all this other nonsense. I just think it's nonsense. And I'm like, DJ, man, at the end of the day, the Bible was Adam and Eve. So, that's what I'm rocking with to the end. And I'm not dissing homosexuality. I don't want no homosexual people coming at me. I mean, I love y'all too. I got people in my family hey, I love that. I love y'all too, but I don't rock like that. That's just not me.
Brother Bert, where you at on the decline of heterosexual romance and how it's affected Black love?
It has affected it a great deal, because now you have a lot of women that question men.
Yes.
They don't know whether or not they all for them, or if they all for
That's
the
true.
if it's homie over hoes, whatever the case might be.
Yes.
You know,
Shannon Sharp is a perfect example. He been run through the ringer the last 2 weeks.
exactly.
You're right.
And it has hurt, and it's hurt a lot, you know.
Yep.
And it's kind of it kind of like retarded the relationship between man and woman. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's looked at as the people start now. You got folks that's frowning upon a heterosexual type of relationship.
Absolutely.
You know, like
Absolutely.
we're the minority now.
Absolutely.
You know, so at the end of the day, I do agree. It's like we are so far going right now. I thought at one point we could reel it back,
Right.
but now it's to a point now where even down to some of the kids, you know, you got them. Oh well, if they identify with being with being a girl, or because they like to play with dolls or something like that, it's just so far gone, man. And right now it's damaging. It's damaging society. Right now, nobody knows what to think no more. That nobody knows what they want to be. It's gender fluid and all that. And I know you was talking about the one with the TV and all that. Like now, I think right now people are confused.
Woo!
You open up Pandora. You open up Pandora's box now, man, and you can't close it.
What it is, Bert, is everybody goes to social media to learn how to think. Nobody thinks for themselves.
Wow.
There you go.
Off the popular opinion, I guess. So it's really weird.
Yeah. That's why that's what the people making the most noise are the ones who get heard.
Right.
So that absolutely. Craig says there is an attack on heterosexual people in general. God forbid if a straight man or woman say that there are only two genders, but the Bible says that the day. And then he says, facts, DJ. So I want to talk to how this is very personal for me because I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. For those of you who don't know, Craig says the day will come when what's right will seem wrong, what's wrong will seem right.
Absolutely.
When I first moved to Atlanta over 8 years ago, I foolishly thought I'm moving to a city, a major hub that is where black people is in power. They getting on their grind, they this, that, and the other. And since it is the black mecca of homosexuality, I thought the fact that me coming in and I love pussy, that oh my God, it's just gonna be flowing my way nonstop. Didn't happen because of what you said, Bert. Living here in Atlanta, there's always a question mark over your head. Yeah. The fact that I live here, the assumption is that I am homosexual first and heterosexual second. And even then, if I self-identify as heterosexual, then I'm in the minority and something is wrong with you. So I had to, in order to live here and thrive, I had to suppress the way I carry myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about there's no giddy up in my switch. There's no switch in my giddy up. Or nothing like that. I don't want to say that. But I can't walk into a place and be overly masculine because I actually will not receive the best service. Living right here in Buckhead in these high-end apartments, the maintenance people that service my apartments, they're gay. So when the young fella comes to fix my apartment, I'm sitting right here at this desk. You don't dare show any kind of aberration for the gay community because you won't get good service. So I have to make idle conversation to make sure that I'm serviced properly, that I'm seen as accepting, to be honest. And then in terms of women, again, the assumption is, well, of course he goes both ways. Yeah, he might like pussy, but he'll take a little dick too. You know?
So crazy.
You know?
That's wild.
It's real. I'm my lease is up here in August, and I'm seriously considering. I'm looking to move, and I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm thinking about North Carolina. I'm thinking about this places. I'm certainly leaving Buckhead. Living in this area, it's horrific because I'm surrounded by that population that I don't fit in. I have been told on more than one occasion, "What are you doing here in this area and in this building? Because you don't belong here." I'm the angry black older man that wants the party to turn down. And for my gay friends out there, don't come for me because I'm an equal opportunity offender. I fuck with you. You just like I fuck with anybody else, and I love you. You know, and so you have the right to suck as many dicks as you want to. So it is what it is. But yes,
Oh boy.
it is very interesting living in this environment. And I have good friends that are gay. So I feel like I'm qualified to joke like this because I have really one of my good gay friends. He comes and stay with me on certain occasions. You know, Martin Luther King holiday. That's a gay event here. You know, Atlanta has its own gay pride, where nationally it's in June, but here in Atlanta it's in October. Memorial Day, all of the major holidays, it's gay holidays here, so it affects your quality of life and being able to go out. Otherwise, you're going to be identified. And lastly, to bring in the Bible part of it, and I won't go too deep in the weeds here, but when I was, for the user, those of you who don't know, I went to theology school. I was a minister, believe it or not.
I know that.
Yeah, believe it or not, for sure.
Bona fide minister, and used to go out and preach and teach. So when I used to read the account of Sodom and Gomorrah, I always used to ponder, how can the two most popular cities in that day be destroyed by God because of their level of immorality? And if you read the entire account of Sodom and Gomorrah, initially Lot asked if he could find 100 righteous men in that city.
That's right.
And he kept bargaining with God, and it dwindled down to 10. He kept going back to God. I can't find 100. Can't find. If I can just find, God said, if you can find 10 righteous people in these two cities, I won't destroy it. He couldn't find 10 righteous people. And in fact, when the angels came to visit Lot, if you read the account, the men were knocking on the door and said, fuck them bitches. We don't want your daughters. Send those men out. We want to fuck them.
That's right.
Now I'm giving it to you, the Lee Black version.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but in essence, they was like, I want no women, because Lot was like, here, don't do nothing to these men. You can rape my daughters. They was like, hell no.
Sure.
And I used to always ponder, like, how can cities get that bad? And here we are on March the 9th, 2024. And we way past that stage, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, we way past.
Way past that stage. And that, when you look around in the decadence now and the morals and the values, and again, where we're at, if you're not down with the gay agenda, you're going to be left behind. I cannot thrive on my job without acknowledging that. I sit in meetings every day where they identify as they and them and this, you know, and so I dare not put in parentheses that I identify as he. I have to leave it blank, because you don't want to send me a subconscious signal that you're not supportive. And so it's real. It's real. And what it's done to relationships, and especially in the city I live in, it has made the women who live here accepting of the fact that I know you're probably bisexual, but I'll still fuck with you. Yes.
Hey, Black, I'll talk this. Remember when me and Hannah was in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Now, prior to me meeting Hannah, my barber was always talking about he would go to Atlanta. He's like, always be careful, bro, because you don't know what you're gonna be mixed up with. You know what I mean? It could be a man, the men could dress better than a woman, and they can give off that vibe like they actually a woman, but it's not. So you gotta be careful. Now, when me and Hannah was over there, we went to a restaurant. I'm telling you, and she was like, the reason why, because these girls, they were being extra, like they was in front of us. We was waiting in line to get into this spot, and they were being extra in front of me. And I was like, oh man, I don't want Hannah to rip them apart, because they was up there turning around, doing all type of stuff. And she was like, they pick up that you a man, like you're a real man.
Yeah.
And they know that, so they're really, because of what they got to deal with in Atlanta, they just don't know, because like you said, a lot of guys go both ways. And then she was also giving me game. She was just like, look, when you go inside, there's going to be men in there who are who are gay and
Open,
say the challenge is to turn you, even if you
out,
with me.
absolutely, out, loud, proud. And again, I want to state for the record, this is not knocking the gay community.
Exactly.
In fact, I've been saying this for over 10 years. There, in my opinion, there's no such thing as gay and straight. Those terms don't apply anymore. I believe people like what they like when they like it, because I think when the lights go out, when the corner is turned, people do what makes them feel good. And even when I worked in an office, the younger generation, they frequently would tell me, well, tonight I feel like I'm gonna fuck with a guy. Tonight I feel like I'm gonna fuck with a woman. They have choices, and they embrace those choices, you know. And I've told people living in Atlanta, if I wanted to go out right now on a Saturday night, for every one place I can pick that is for quote unquote heterosexuals, there is 6 places for homosexuals. They have that many more things to do here. So you can't live here and not embrace the openness of it. And again, I'm not homophobic on any level, you know. So I've learned to live with it. But if you asking me how it has affected relationships, it's been very damaging because of the fact that there is a true decline in heterosexual romance. There is a faction of women, and if you don't believe me, go on TikTok right now, that seek out feminine men. That is a trait they actively search for because they don't want a toxic male. And I identify as a toxic male. I'm a Neanderthal. I'm a chauvinist, self-admitted. I'm not holding your purse. I'm not painting Dwayne Wade. Fuck you. I'm not painting my nails.
Nope.
There's just things that I classify as masculine, and I'm not going to do those things. And so I'm a toxic male because of my views. And there's a growing faction of women that what I represent is old. It's antiquated, and they don't want that.
Yeah,
you know,
and
even
know
when
a
I
group
fuck,
that they love to talk in too. I know a group that they love to talk in.
You don't believe me? Look out! Even when it comes down to the actual act of sex.
They in a group. They in a group on Facebook that DJ and I know about.
Even with the act of sex, there is women now. There's video after video where if women are giving you head, they want the man to lay down and they push his legs back while they suck. You're not sucking my dick with my legs pent up.
That's crazy.
You're not sucking my dick from the back where I'm on all fours and my dick is between my legs. Suck my dick the old-fashioned way. Get on your knees.
You know what?
And let me put my hand on your head. That's it.
You know what?
We're not gonna deviate from that.
So I'm in finance. I'm in finance in my dealership, and you know, the gay straight thing don't bother me at all. I have fun with it sometimes. So if I get a client back there and I know he's gay or something, my girl say stop doing this, but I do it whatever to get the sales. So I was like,
that's right.
I thought, hey girl, you know, oh for real, like I'll do that shit on purpose. And then
just to make the sale, I get it. Okay.
TMM, you already know it ain't happening.
Hell no, I ain't doing it either.
Hans says, wait, no legs spread. No, I'm old fashioned, you know. You know, old fashioned. That's why, but it has changed relation. I know I'm graphic, and for those who are listening, but I'm telling you, I live here and it's real. I've lost women that I fuck with because I wasn't willing to do the new school way of doing things. And so again, you're not going to lay me down on my back and suck my dick while you have my legs pent back. There is no reason in the world where my legs should be up near my motherfucking ears. There is not a reason in the world where my ankles should be nowhere near my fucking ears.
Next, I'm getting ready to pull a DJ. Next question.
Well, I do have a question from one of our viewers. I do have a question for one of our viewers. She asked, guys, can you have a relationship with an intersex woman? Do you guys know what an intersex woman is?
School me.
I do. I do
I
not.
think I do. But
What is an
what is
intersex?
that?
What do you think
woman?
an intersex woman is, Albert?
Intersex?
I do not know.
Something I ain't
Man, I'm
doing.
not even going to try to play. I don't even know.
I ain't gonna even lie. I do not know what the hell that
I'm
is.
lost with the terms now. I'm lost.
Something I
Remember?
ain't doing. Hell no.
So remember what I told you, that everything that's old, the Pandora's out the box. We're not going back, because the new generation, they're reinventing sex and morals and standards. So remember in the old days when you heard of a hermaphrodite?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now that has been extended into what is called now. What's intersexual woman sound like she loose? It sounds great, but if you ever meet a woman now and she says, "Well, you know, I'm an intersex," probably you need to maybe run as fast as you can. Basically, this is an individual that was born with both genitalia,
No.
and if she's telling you that she is an intersex woman, there is a dick below.
1-800-chicks with dicks.
Nah. I'm trying, and then I'm kind of baffled that someone would pose that question to us. But okay, but to the person that posed that question, for me, hell to the no.
I'm out.
Nah,
I'm out.
nah, I don't rock like that. Nope.
I'm assuming that the answer for all of us is no. That's again, family. I'm freaky. That's just too freaky for me. You know,
No, man, that ain't
as
on my
freaky
freak
as
meter at
freaky as
all.
I am, I don't. I've done threesomes. Now again, my boy's been at the head and I've been at the tail, and we switched. But I ain't looking at his dick. Anytime I gotta see a dick, all action is going to cease.
Yeah, you been on it, yeah, bro. I ain't even the threesome thing ain't
All
never been
action
my
is going to
thing.
cease. Even when I watch porn,
No.
trust and believe, I'm not looking at the man's dick. You know what I'm saying? And those scenes where she is sucking dick, I'm admiring her technique, and I'm saying, bitch, do that right there. Do that. You know, but I am not saying, "Ooh, he got a really nice sized dick," you know. And if I strip your musty drawers off, and there is even the semblance of a dick, it's probably going to be a castration happening at that point. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Shavonna said,
No.
Kenny pissed he was even Kenny is pissed that he was even asked this question. So we're gonna end on this final question, getting back to the symposium, because Kenny's like, I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
Boy,
Right.
but hey, this show we gonna be off the chain, but that's a whole other topic. We'll talk about that later.
Believe it or not, I got shitloads of material, but in the interest of time, this is going to be the last question. As always, I would love. People don't realize how difficult it is to get all of our schedules together, so I would love to do a part 2 months down the road, and it'll be new. I'm already going to save these questions, so I appreciate each and every last one of you giving your time. So we're going to end on on a final question, and this was touched on in the first hour, but it is a huge one that I think we can't leave this conversation without having as it affects Black love, and that is meeting the educational and income requirements. Lamar talked about that early on. What do you guys how do you guys think this has affected? Because let's state the obvious first to get to state some things that we know are factually true. Because even Sherry said about this, many guys out there that are homeless, this, that, and the other. I think it's safe to say that in general, Black women have their shit together more than Black men.
Agree.
I agree.
We know that they're more educated. I work in education, and I can sit here and tell you I'm talking about African Americans, for every one African American male that I talk to that's looking for a doctorate degree, there are 20 women. That's how irregular it is. And I'm actually being nice. I can't tell you how rare it is that I meet an African American male that's trying to get his doctorate degree. That's a doctorate degree.
Yeah.
But even if you go down and look at the numbers with just getting a college education, Black women are the most educated, fastest growing educated population on the planet. They're getting their degrees. Also, I used to work as a property manager, and I can tell you that Black women, by and large, have their own place. Now, the guy usually moves in on them because their name is the one on the lease. And so when Lamar was saying earlier about Black men getting their shit together, now we have the Black girl power and they out here grinding this, that, and the other. And look at the rap game. It's dominated by Black women, dominated by Black female rappers. So when you look at the income and education gap that has widened, especially for us brothers, can we do anything to fix it? How do we overcome it? And what do you guys think about this?
It's a lot to go into that question. So yes, there are a lot of educated Black women out there, but education doesn't necessarily equate to income. Me being in finance, I have my degree as well. But I think men over the decades, they kind of judge success off how much money they make. They don't really necessarily care about degrees. And there's a lot of people making boatloads of money with no degrees.
Absolutely.
I think it's just more of a goal for women to get educated. I think it's more on the guy's side just to make the money, to bring the money in. They don't necessarily care about the degree if they're making the money. That's what it seems like. It's good they're educated, and we all like educated women. We all like educated Black men. I salute everybody with their education. I just feel like it's just a level of importance. I feel like Black men are, sorry, rephrasing. There's a lot of Black men educated out here as well too. I think we've all evolved. Like I think everybody is more out here than you know. Now I do think girls outnumber us when it comes to that, but I think we outnumber them when it comes to income.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, men still earn more. Men definitely still earn more.
And that's all. Most men. I'm not saying everybody. That's all most men really care about in a relationship. At least they make the money. She may be smarter than me on paper, but I'm still the breadwinner. So I don't know. It's so many.
It is complicated. It's very complicated.
Right.
And that's why I wanted to layer it out
there.
there. Craig says women do have more degrees, but what they don't talk about is that they're also in more debt.
Right.
Very good point. Very good point.
Very good point, Craig. And DJ, you knocked it out the park. I would say this, just to bring it personal. I don't have a college degree. I worked my way up through the system. I think a lot of Black men worked their way up through whatever profession they were in. Obviously, I was in the media profession, worked in television for over 20 plus years. And sometimes, I don't have a degree, but I have a whole lot of work experience in my profession that makes me a professional. But on the flip side of that, the profession I'm in is not a very high earning income profession unless you get to the Stephen A. Smiths, the Shannon Sharps, that type level. So it's gonna be most women gonna make more money than I am because they're gonna have a degree. But to bring it back full circle to Black love, me as a Black man, I don't have a problem with a Black woman making more money than me. And I salute her for having a doctorate and whatever. That's not gonna change my manhood at all. I'm gonna celebrate that. The only thing that Black men have a problem with is when you wear that as a badge and you throw that up in our face all the doggone time. That's when Black men have an issue with that.
I love it.
And
because we don't care. We
don't really care about that. We don't care about how many degrees you got. We don't care. We just care about if you're gonna rock with me and we're gonna rock as a team. That's all we care about.
Okay.
And you're not tripping on if I don't bring as much to the table that you're bringing, but if I'm contributing and I'm making sure everything is cool, that's all Black men care about when it comes to Black love with their Black women. In my opinion.
I love it.
That comes back to me telling you guys earlier how women have these lists of what you got to be. Guys don't care if you have it. Great. My girl's smart. My girl makes money. Good. I don't care how much money you got. I'm still gonna take care of everything. I don't care how smart you are. I'm still gonna be a man.
That's
so
right.
We don't. It's not detrimental to our dating process. As long as you treat me right and I feel love, that's all I care about. Everything else is extra for me. Like I don't care about that. Right. So
I hope women are listening. You're gonna close us out with your answer, Brother Bert. But Craig says personally, I think a college degree, unless it is in a specific field, is a waste of money. What do you say on this one, Brother Bert?
I agree with that,
Yeah,
Craig.
and I agree with what he said, because the fact of the matter is that a lot of people out here are in areas as far as work, and it's not towards to the degree they actually have. A lot of them are going the
Very true.
opposite direction to what they actually went to,
Very
what they
true.
got the degree for in college. You know, because of whatever's going on, it wasn't enough. It wasn't the money they're making, or you know, it wasn't what they thought it would be. But the way I can look at it is like this: men, when we make the money, we can pull a woman from McDonald's or somewhere. We're not going to throw it up in her face. We're just going to take care of what we need to take care of, because that's just how the way we built. That's how the way we were raised. We were raised to go ahead and take care of the family, to sustain the family, and this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say all women, because I don't like to paint with a broad stroke, but you do have some women where if they are the breadwinner, they can kind of make the man feel like they're less than. You know what I mean? Because of their degree and because of what they're making. And the fact of the matter is that that's not what you do, because that's not what most men would do. You know what I mean? And maybe that's because of the fact of, again, that's how we were raised. You're raised to take care of, you're raised to protect, the whole nine. When a woman has it, then she feels like, again, she trying to take on or emulate that masculine energy, but that's not masculine energy. That's you pretty much putting down the man while they're still on their way, on their come up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just think that there has to be a clear understanding that, hey, listen, yeah, I do make more than you, but that doesn't demean you. That just means that on paper, I just make more than you.
Okay.
And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. Everybody is still trying to get to where they need to get to. But at the end of the day, as long as it's going into the same pot, like what the brother's saying, it's all going into the same pot. Whether you make more, whether I make more, that's just building up. That's just building up what we are and putting us in a better position.
Facts.
Saying so.
Let me
You
close.
know, women,
I'm
if
sorry.
you're listening to those who are like, to those boss women and all that, that's fine. You could be a boss, be independent, all the other thing like that. But at the end of the day, don't let that ruin your blessing, because you could be missing out on some fellas that are out here. Yeah, they might not be making what you're making, but you never know, on their come up, they can be treating. They're the ones who are going to be treating you right and treating you the way you should be treated.
That's what
As
I
opposed
was
to you
saying
going
earlier.
to that other dude who gonna treat you like trash, because you know what I mean, he could be making it. And we do got some fellas out there that like that. They're gonna treat you, they'll want to treat you like dirt. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you do and find the person that you connect with. And it's okay that you make more than them. And fellas, sorry if the woman make more than you, it's all right. But if she treating you right and it's all going to the same pot and y'all elevating, then you know, do what you do. And don't let that be a sticking point, and don't let that be something where you feel like it's demeaning to you. You know, don't let pride come before the fall.
I love it. I love it. Your wife has been chiming in, but she's also
Your wife been trolling, boy.
truly think that's all. Let me say this, because I want to go with on all you guys' comments. There's a big, but sitting behind me, those are two degrees. So I am an educated man. There's a difference between education and intelligence. Those are two separate things.
1,000%.
Those are two separate things. And I wanted to start there because, Brother Bert, you just finished talking about giving a message to Black women. I hope you hear me when I say this to my Black sisters out there. It even goes beyond picking a man on a come up. I'm on a come down. I already been there, sis. I'm on a come down. I did all of the things I needed to do in my lifetime to get to a place where I am a successful Black male. I didn't want to go get those degrees because it put me in a shitload of student loan debt. Those degrees was just an invitation to the dance. I don't give a fuck what my title is. I needed to have a certain quality of life that I was trying to get to. And in order to play in the arena that I need to play in my field, that's what was necessary.
Thanks.
So the truth of the matter is I make almost half what I was making a couple of years ago. And just the other day, I got a raise and a promotion. But let me tell you something about black men that we figured out, black women, all that glitters is not gold. And I said to you earlier that we're simple. We've been saying this to you all night. So even though there is an education and income gap, we've talked about the fact that student loan debt is real. And while you're out there grinding, some of you are missing out on so much more. And what men, I believe, has figured out is that where we're trying to get to is a place of contentment. And sometimes what I see with my black sisters, you can't see the forest for the trees, and you won't live in the moment because you're always looking for the grass is greener. And so when I say that, what I want some of you to understand is there are men out there that they're not going to ever be as educated as you. And they may not even make the same income as you. That don't mean that they haven't already hit the level that they're comfortable with to have a quality of life and a simplicity that allows them to be able to show you the proper love and respect without killing themselves.
Man, you speaking, you preach, Black. Preach.
Because the truth of the matter is,
Preach.
if you're looking for us to close that gap by running out, it's not realistic. And the truth of the matter is, a comedian once said that some women are never satisfied. You can give a woman a diamond and she's going to say that diamond is cloudy. So if the man really did go out there and enroll and get his degrees, this, that, well, now he's not home enough to take care of the kids, to show you attention, to help you do those things. So we're not knocking your hustle, and if that's where you're at, but guess what? He may have already hit his level of contentment of nirvana because maybe he's figured out that for him and where he's trying to get you to a place together is maybe his role is to be as supportive as he can, showing you all the attention and be there to do all of the other things that balance out a healthy relationship. And that's literally where I'm at. I'm not chasing titles anymore. Don't want it. You can't give me a supervisor manager job. I enjoy clocking out at a decent hour now and having free time to be able to indulge in other things that's more meaningful. And so the truth of the matter is the education, the income gap, that's window dressing, sweetheart. Focus on how he treats you, whether he's willing to invest into a healthy relationship to make it whole. And again, maybe getting a man that doesn't come with the extra layer of student loan debt, working 2-3 jobs where he's not available could be very much a good thing. So don't get it twisted. Those are just 2 pieces of paper. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we got to start looking at each other to a different lens and stop measuring our counterparts based on superficial things. So I hope you guys hear that. So I want to close on one final.
And last thing.
Go ahead.
Y'all don't like good men anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So look, as we close out, I want to thank not only you guys profusely because I appreciate the comments that are being said, and clearly the sentiment is that we need to do a part 2. So I will do my very best to make that happen for sure. And for you who sent in questions, please charge it to my head, not to my heart. This conversation always has a tendency to take roads that sometime I wasn't able to get to all your questions. I promise you, your questions were not futile. Either they'll be asked in a different show, they will fuse some topics for a different show, or they will be saved for part 2 to this conversation, because we never meant this to be the be-all to end-all conversation. It was just to open up the dialogue, to hopefully let you in to what we think about. And while we're not all encompassing and representing all men, I do hope that you are getting the fact that the eclectic mix of men on this panel, some married, some in relationships, others single, that we are speaking about things that, believe it or not, men talk about, that men think about. And so I hope you really did hear some of those things. And so I want to appreciate you guys. And as always, there is
Thank
no
you,
show
Carol.
without women. There is no
No,
show whatsoever without women. So
Right.
I'll
it
end it by
ain't.
saying what I said at the beginning. This was never meant to be a women bash, and I hope you don't see it that
Nope.
way. We love you. And every brother on this panel, we ain't nothing like a black woman. And we want to win.
Nothing.
That's right.
Exactly.
I
We
want
all
y'all
want
to
to
win
win.
every time. I want y'all to win.
And
every
we
time.
want to see Black love win.
We
And
want to
I
see
want to
black
see
love
love
win.
win. I want to see love win across all genres, but obviously I'm a black man. I've been black all my life. I definitely want to see black love win. So
That's right.
that's real
I'm
talk.
all for it. So anyway, thank you to DJ, thank you to Bert, thank you to Kenny, thank you to Lamar. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you, Hannah, for saying you don't feel bashed. That means that we did our job. Look, I hope the conversation continues. I've got family members that have been watching this. My sister for the very first time seeing me in this zone. And so I hope that the conversation, when this camera goes off, talk to those friends, talk to those families, share this content with sisters, cousins, nieces, please. And so that they can feel free to hear what we're trying to say and support us the way we're trying to support you. So, fellas, anybody want to say anything to close out before I close?
Hey, this was dope. You know, we definitely going to do this again. I know we're going to do this again. And you know, again, just to reiterate, ladies, we love you. It's not a bashing session, and it's just something that we just some certain things that are men on our minds and in our hearts. And this is just a free space where we just want to help you to understand a little bit where we're coming from and some of the things that we think about. So please don't take it as anything negative. We love y'all. We want y'all to win. And again, just piggybacking off of what Brother Kenny said, we all for black love. We just want to win, and we just trying to close that gap of that civil war, and we just want peace, and we just want to make sure we all prosper. That's on both sides, men and women.
Well said, my brother. Nothing like peace and serenity. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. You know that time goes back. Springs forward, I should say. So we're going to lose an hour of sleep. You know, so thank you for sharing some of your weekend with us and with me. And thank you, ladies, for tuning in and providing the questions. So love you guys as always, and be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Peace out. Everybody keep it real.
Yes.
Hey.